How I made $1,200 in one day as a mobile notary. I'm going to give you guys the play by play on how I did it. And honestly, when I teach you guys these things, a lot of it is similar in the same tactics that I've taught you in other videos, but it's just very imperative and very important that you follow them. If you're new to the channel, my name is Knowledge, seven-figure entrepreneur, and I've been in the notary business for 8 years, 8 very long years. And if you want to be in the same community as all of us other notaries, go ahead and click in the link in the description below, or it's in the bio. I don't know where it is, and join the free Notary Knowledge Academy, which is a free school community for you guys. But anyways, how I made $1,200 in one day as a mobile notary. Like I said, a lot of these tactics are the same, right? And I think the very first thing that you guys need to pay attention to and understand, let me get my iPad out because I forgot to get it out, is that you just want the high paying notary clients. So what I did when I first started off is I was being thirsty. All right. I'm just keeping it real with you guys. I'm not gonna try to be overly professional like some of these other coaches out here. I'm just telling you how it is. I was just trying to get paid. So I'm like, whatever money you giving me, I'm taking. And doing that caused me to get a whole bunch of cheap clients. And I had a mentor that used to call cheap clients peanut clients, because those are the clients that pay you the least, but want you to do the most amount of work. They'll pay you $50, but want you to treat them like with white glove service as if they paid you for bands. But now I know you just need to focus on quality, not quantity. So you need to get those high paying clients, right? So first things first is I just focus on the high paying clients. And this is something I always say. Let me just put this down here for you so you guys can have a visual. What are your high paying clients? What do they look like? So, of course, we have the most obvious, or the ones that people talk about all the time, which is the loan signing. Although I hate hearing about loan signing because I hear it all the time, it is still a good thing. It is still a good niche to be in, because with the loan signing, you can get like 150, 125 plus per signing. But where I ended up being is on the estate planning side. Estate planning has been my favorite. Like I've said in the past, I was about to go to law school, and then I just decided to do entrepreneurship instead. And I'm so glad that I did. I'm so glad that I did this way instead. But anyways, so first thing first, you're going to have your loan signing at the top. Loan signing is one of the easiest low barriers to entry, and because there's so much information out there on how to be a loan signing, this is probably one of the easiest to get into. But what I did was focused on estate planning. And the reason I focused on estate planning is because I lived in an older area. So if you're somebody that's out there and you're living in an area that has a lot of elderly people, I'm talking about like 60 plus. That's not really even that old, to be honest with you. But just elderly people, maybe even 70 plus. 65 plus. If you're like retirement age people, then estate planning is probably somewhere you want to be. Or if you're somewhere in like an affluent area, you want to be in that. See, me, I'm coming from Palm Beach, so that's the West Palm Beach cities. That's the Boca Raton, those Delrays. Basically, it's coming from a lot of money. So the city that I was in had a lot of money, especially when you get closer to the water. And I understood that these older individuals need to have their trusts completed. They need their estate plan in order. So their trust, their power of attorneys, their wills, irrevocable trust, their financial power of attorneys, all that stuff needs to be completed by them, because they had wealth that they were trying to pass on to their families. So I'm like, all right, let me focus on estate planning, working with these law offices, marketing towards them so I can get these clients in. And those clients, you can charge $200 and up. Honestly, you can probably charge even $300 and up per person, right? $300 and up per person doing these estate planning. And those were always my favorite, because I'm like, oh, I can just stay. It might not be as quick as the other jobs, like general notary work. You could be in there for like 30 minutes, make $100. But estate planning, it might take you like 45 minutes to an hour, but then you're walking out of there with like $300, 300 plus, depending on what they need to get completed. So I just focus on those. So you can just do 5 of those a day at 300, and you're good. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not rocket science. That's what I want people to understand. Like focus on one of these niches, go all in on this, and just become the best person you can at it. Another one is your fingerprinting. And honestly, I passed the 1,200 a day now. I put 1,200 because I have made 1,200 in a day, and I want to explain it to you guys. But I've foregone that. Like my record is way above 1,200 in one day before, and that's just doing other things. But anyways, hop into the community if you want to know that stuff. Next up is fingerprinting. Fingerprinting, if you're in this, you know you can get big jobs. You can go work with hospitals, you can work with schools, and they're gonna pay you that money out. So just make sure that before going into fingerprinting, well, while you're in fingerprinting, make sure that you plan for the day that you have a big job. And I say that because you might always be used to just doing one-off clients, one-off, one-off, one-off. But the day somebody calls you and say, hey, we have 20 teachers here and we want to get this stuff done, you better have somebody that you can call to assist you doing these fingerprinting. See what I'm saying? Like you better have something ready just in case, because you don't want an opportunity like that to literally fall in your lap and you have absolutely no idea what you're doing. Next up, you have apostilles. And I'm not going to lie, apostilles was always one of my least favorites. But even now going back, I'm like, why not focus on apostilles? Because there's so much money that can be made and you're dealing with international clients. And sometimes a lot of these people that need to get it done, they will pay. They're going to pay you that bread. They're going to pay you. So apostilles, especially if you live close to the Secretary of State. Is it called Secretary of State? I think it's called Secretary of State. If you live close to them, it's easy for you to get these documents off. Or you can just middleman it. Do what you need to do. But apostille, learn how to do apostilles, and you'll get big bucks. So what I'm saying is, like, when people hit 1,200 a day, they're like, oh my gosh, I got to get so many clients. No, you don't. You don't need 12 clients. You need 5. Or you need even less than that. It just depends on how much you're charging per client and the type of service, and also the add-ons that you're doing. Because people always sleep on the add-ons, like mailing things off, printing things out, things of that nature, so to speak. Next up is the mobile services. Of course, I'm charging for all my mobile services, but you can't be scared. You got to charge. Of course, you know, when it comes to the whole notary work, we're not getting money. We're not getting money from the actual notarization. What we're really getting paid from is the add-ons and the actual mobile services. So people will say like, oh yeah, I'll go to their house and I notarize the documents. And then they would be scared to charge them. Like, if you drove to somebody's location, you better pay for your gas to make sure you get money back, because these gas prices are not going down. So don't be scared to charge what you're worth. And one of the things I would say is, if you don't know what to charge, you better look at some people around you, get some other examples, or hop into the community and get the price sheet that I put in there to give you a range. But you need to know what some prices are, because a lot of new notaries, what I tend to see them do, even more experienced ones that have had their notarizations, their commission, and been sitting on it for years, what they'll tend to do is they don't want to charge more because the amount that they're charging seems like it's a lot for them. But it's not. It's just you, because your money might not be where you need it to be. So you assume that when you charge somebody $200, it's going to like break the bank for them. But meanwhile, there's people out there making money, y'all. So don't be scared to charge them, because they're not scared to pay. You're the one that's scared to charge. So that's something that you should 100% remember for that. Oh, I don't know why my thing was tripping for a little minute. Hey, let me go like this. Boom. Next up, you want to stack your appointments. So you want to do multiple appointments a day. And this is something that I do consistently now. You want to stack your appointments. You don't want to be the notary that's like, I already had 2 appointments today. I'm not trying to go back outside. What? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? You better get that money. Especially when the money starts coming in, you need to get that money, put it to the side so that you can use that for your marketing. Because your marketing is what's going to really scale you and put you into a whole nother branch and a whole nother tier of being a good notary. You see what I'm saying? So multiple appointments in one day, and you need to keep track of that using your Acuity scheduling, your Calendly, your Google Calendar, or your Apple Calendar. I personally like Google Calendar. It doesn't matter. The tool that you use doesn't matter. It's the action. And the action is you documenting when you have an appointment, where it's going to be, the person's name, and other minor details such as that one. So in that case, you need to go ahead and make sure that you're scheduling multiple appointments in one day, and making sure that you're giving yourself an appropriate amount of time to go to each of these locations. And always take into account that whatever amount of time you think you're going to need per appointment, give yourself even more time, because you can't always take into account the factors that are going to come in, such as traffic. What if you get into a car accident? What if you get your tire flat? What if the other notary previous appointment shows up later to the appointment than anticipated? So things like that you want to take into account for. Don't be scared to put multiple appointments in one day, because it is going to help double up your money. But you do need to be sure that you are scheduling these appropriately and making sure that what needs to be done is getting done. Next up, you want to have referrals. Referral clients. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. The referral game is basically what changed my life also. And that's connecting with so many notaries and other not other notaries, so many notaries around you, and letting them know like, hey, I'm a notary. I specialize in apostilles, and I see you specialize in estate planning, i.e., or loan signing or fingerprinting. If you ever get any clients that need this, send them to me. And if I get any clients that needs this, I'll send them to you. You need to build those relationships. Build those relationships because they're going to save you one day. And it is your job to actually send some clients their way because they're going to be more inclined to send you clients and want to keep a great relationship with you. Like I always said, there's this Russian lady that I worked with years later, still hitting me up to send me clients or checking on me or shooting me a little text like, hey, how's everything going over there? You know what I'm saying? People value when you actually provide them value. You see what I'm saying? So you want to provide value to people. Don't just BS and be like, yeah, I'll send you some clients and never do it and sit on your ass and wait for them to send you clients. People understand what you're doing and they'll never forget. They'll never remember, they'll never remember you and they're not going to want to, share stuff with you. They're not going to want to share no clients with you because you're not sharing clients with them. Think about it like this. Most people are selfish, us included, yourself included. So if you keep that into your mind, then you could come from a frame of thinking, how can I make this person value me more? How can I help them help me? Basically, that's the question you want to ask yourself. These are all the things you need to do in order to get to $1,000, $1,200 in one day. It's not as hard as you think it is. You just need multiple clients. Multiple clients. 4 clients at $1,200. I think I said 5 last time on accident. 4 clients at $1,200. 400. Oh my gosh. 4 clients at $300. 4 clients. If you think 4 clients in one day is hard, then you're hustling backwards. And that's just 4 estate planning clients or 4 apostille clients. The question you need to be asking is how to get those clients. How can I get 4 clients in a week? Okay. How can I get 4 clients in 3 days? Okay. How can I get 4 clients in 2 days? All right, now how can I get 4 clients in one day? What do I need to do? And that's the stuff that I teach in the one-on-ones. You can click down below and join a one-on-one with me, or you can hop into the Notary Knowledge Academy. It's a free community. It's in the description down below. Just go ahead and join that. We're always in there talking, and we do these group calls. But anyways, if you guys found this helpful at all, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Peace, love, and your boy Knowledge is out. Peace.